a side length using trigonometry. Every time I see trig, I see SOHCAHTOA. That way I have something to point as we're working it out. Here, we're looking for the length of side UV. Side UV is right there. I know this is a right isosceles triangle. Therefore, these two angles are 45 degrees. And they were nice enough to give us the length of the hypotenuse. I like to highlight the hypotenuse in yellow, so we know that's for sure the hypotenuse. So I'm looking for UV. So if I do, that's opposite to 45. If I choose to go with sine, I can do opposite over hypotenuse. So that's what we're going to do. Let's do sine of 45 degrees equals opposite. So x over hypotenuse, which is 4 square root of 6. Now I also know from our trig chart that we did from the special right triangles that sine of 45 is square root of 2 over 2. So I will go ahead and substitute that. Square root of 2 over 2 equals x over 4 square root of 6. Now you cross multiply. So 2x equals 4 square root of 2 times square root of 6. I'm going to do this math right here off to the side. As you work a couple of them out, you'll be able to do that all in your head. So when you multiply square root of 2 times square root of 6, you get square root of 12. Now you have to simplify the square root of 12. For you to simplify square root of 12, you think of a perfect square. So 4 times 3, that's 12. And when you take the square root of 4, you get 2 square root of 3. Okay, so there's my side note right there. So back to the question I have, 2x equals 4 times 2 square root of 3. And this, by looking at it, 8. So now you're going to divide both sides by 2. And then you will end up with x equals 4 times 2 is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So 4 square root of 3. That's the length of side UV. And in this case was x. If you want to just rename it as UV, you can do that too. So the next one is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. And you know I like to highlight the hypotenuse right there, right across from 90 degrees. So we're going to go the same style as we did first example. So it's asking for CD or side E. We're looking for that one. Okay, we're just going to call it X because it's easier that way. Okay, so here I have across from 30, but I don't have anything, so I'm not going to use sine. But right here adjacent to 30 degrees, I have the side that I'm looking for. So I'll go ahead and use cosine in this question. So cosine of 30 degrees equals adjacent over hypotenuse. And from our trig chart, cosine of 30, right there, square root of 3 over 2. So square root of 3 over 2 equals x over 6 square root of 5. Multiply them to x equals 6 square root of 15. Notice that the first one I wrote it out. The second one, I'm just talking about how we got square root of 15. Square root of 3 times square root of 5 is square root of 15. But now, there's nothing I can do to simplify square root of 15. Okay, like we had to do in the square root of 12. So at this point, you just divide both sides by 2, and that will give you that side CD or x will be 3 square root of 15. Another one. another right isosceles triangle. So we're finding this side, or this leg, whatever you want to call it, or side x. This one worked out. Look at that. Okay, so I know they're congruent and they're both 45 degrees. So we're going to use sine of 45 degrees equals opposite over hypotenuse. Sine of 45, right there, square root of 2 over 2. That's a 2 right there. Equals x over square root of 26. Now, when you cross multiply, you end up with square root of 52, because 2 times 26 is 52. Now, you have to rationalize, you have to simplify that square root of 52. If you flat out don't remember, you can go to what equals. If you type in 52 divided by x squared, you're going to look for the lowest y. So the way you read it, you're going to do 2 square root of 13. And I know right there I don't have anything lower than 1. Okay? So when I simplify square root of 52, I can rewrite 2 square root of 13. And if you can't remember that trick, that's fine. You can rewrite 52 as square root of 4 times 13, because 4 times 13 is 52. Either way. Okay, here we go. So 2x equals 2 square root of 13. Divide both sides by 2. You have the x, or side yz, equals square root of 13. Last one. Now the 30, 60, 90. In this case, they gave us the short leg, which it's a square root of 34, guys. It's kind of icky, but that's what it is. Okay, so we need to find CE. We're trying to find the hypotenuse. Okay, so right there, opposite to 30. Or you can choose to do cosine of 60 or sine of 30. Either way, you're going to end up with the same answer. We just did sine. Let's do cosine. So cosine of 60, because this one is adjacent to 60, equals square root of 34 over hypotenuse x. Cosine of 60, it's right there, 1 over 2. So 1 over 2 equals square root of 34 over x. Cross multiply, you have x equals 2 square root of 34. And that is CE that the question is asking. Voila, hope this helps.